The CBS 12 News at noon starts now with breaking news.
Confirm for us that name is the high-profile individual and professional sports franchise owner that we believe it to be. And could you please speak to that name and that situation?
Yes, sir. He is one of the individuals.
Name who he is.
That would be Mr. Robert Kraft.
Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots?
Yes, sir.
And what is he being charged with?
He's being charged with the same offenses as the others, and that is soliciting another to commit prostitution.
We begin with breaking news, huge news, as a big name released in the sex for sale arrest in Jupiter.
Yeah, this is tied to the hundreds of warrants sent in Indian River County as well as in Martin County and now right here in Palm Beach County as well. We already know some of their faces, nearly 200 men accused of buying sex at massage parlors, some of them religious leaders, and now we just found out moments ago the owner of the New England Patriots on that list.
Our CBS 12's Maxine Bensel was there at the press conference you just watched in Jupiter, and she joins us live. Maxine, certainly huge breaking news in terms of we do finally get the prominent name, Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots.
He's one. That's right, Matt. The owner of the Patriots, even the Jupiter police chief, mentioning that this is shocking and very surprising that this was happening in this community. This was at the Orchids of Asia Day Spa, where earlier this week 2 women were arrested, and they uncovered this massive human trafficking ring that spans all the way up to Martin County. Hundreds of arrests to be made here in Jupiter. Here's the list. It's 25 men on this list, and right in the middle, Robert Kraft. He is being charged with soliciting another for prostitution. He's facing 2 counts, though. That means on 2 different occasions, they found him on video visiting the Orchids of Asia Day Spa in Jupiter for more than a massage. That's right. There is video evidence of him inside. Police here say it shows the sex act that took place on Kraft and all the men on this list. They say the times that Kraft visited the spa in Jupiter, he was driven there. Now, they can't say the exact dollar amounts that he paid for the sex act, but say that the average fee was around $60 for a half hour and $80 for an hour. We're expecting to get some more of the details when the probable cause affidavit comes out later this afternoon. Again, being charged with soliciting prostitution, which is a misdemeanor charge. They say right now there is an active warrant in the process with the state attorney's office for Robert Kraft, meaning that could come any time now today. Again, 25 Johns arrested here in Jupiter. If you take a look, if we can come back out to me, this is the list of the men. Robert Kraft right in the middle, and it seems that the youngest man on here, excuse me, the oldest man, a birth date of 1934. We're going to have much more on all the men on these lists, and of course, Robert Kraft coming up later on at CBS 12 News at 3. But live for now in Jupiter, Maxine Bensel, CBS 12 News.
And thanks, Maxine. Robert Kraft, 77 years old. Now, you see some of the other names that have been involved in this. Nearly 200 men accused of buying sex at the massage parlors. Some of them, we have been told, are religious leaders. Right now, total more than 180 men in Indian River County, 100 plus in Martin County, 2 in Palm Beach County, and this was before we got the number today of 25 added in Palm Beach County. Not all of them residents of Palm Beach County, but 25 that were involved in this Jupiter location.
Yeah, and the day spas at the center of this massive sex ring include East Spa in Vero Beach and East Sea Spa in Sebastian, Sequoia Day Spa in Hope Sound, and the one we were just speaking of, Orchids of Asia Day Spa in Jupiter as well. These victims were often recruited, the victims of human trafficking were often recruited as actual massage therapists. They thought they were coming to this country for a start to be able to be massage therapists, and then they were forced to live at the spas and perform sex acts unprotected on a daily basis. Now, this is all according to Vero Beach, as well as Indian River County, the sheriff's office there, and now Jupiter Police. The list of people accused of running these spas or benefiting from them financially also growing at this time. You're looking at 3 of the women charged here, accused of being involved in running these spas. Officials say even more arrests, even more than the so many arrests we've seen in this case, could be coming in the next coming days.
So many sad parts of this story. I mean, these women are victims. There were evidence that they were living in these, forced to live in these sex spas, cooking equipment on the outside of, and on the inside of these buildings. and forced to live, basically sleep on some of these massage beds. And now we know a very prominent figure involved, Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots. As we continue to follow this breaking news, we'll push out any more names that are prominent in our community. We'll push them out straight to your phone on our free mobile app. Well, now, new at noon, justice for Callie. You remember Callie, the rare monkey stolen from the Palm Beach Zoo earlier this month. Today, West Palm Beach police say after reviewing the case, a juvenile suspect has been identified. Detectives hope to file charges soon. Callie was returned in relatively good health. She has since been reunited with her mate.
Right now, day 2 of jury selection is underway for a former Palm Beach Gardens police officer accused of shooting and killing a local church drummer.
Yeah, CBS12's Kara Duffy live at the Palm Beach County Courthouse with where we now stand in the process. Kara?
You met Teri. Right now there's about 120 potential jurors still left. The pool, though, shrinking by the hour, which of course is expected. Now, most of these remaining jurors will now move on to the phase where attorneys from both sides will ask them more specific questions, like if they have any feelings about this case that would make it difficult for them to be impartial. Now, in the first group of jurors, several people said that they knew the victim, Corey Jones, or his family, so they were excused. A few others in there said that they had family members in law enforcement and that they felt they would be more sympathetic to the former officer now on trial. They too were let go. Newman Raja is charged with manslaughter and attempted murder. The former Palm Beach Gardens officer is accused of shooting and killing 31-year-old Corey Jones back in October 2015. Prosecutors say Jones's car broke down, so he was waiting for a tow truck along an I-95 exit ramp, and that's when Raja, who was working undercover and driving in an unmarked van at the time, pulled over. Raja claims that Jones then pulled a gun on him, so he fired in self-defense. Prosecutors, however, say an audio recording of that encounter was made while Jones was on hold with roadside assistance, and that the audio contradicts Raja's claim. Now, jury selection is expected to last at least through till Monday. The goal here is to seat 6 jurors, we're told, with 4 alternates. The judge says he expects this trial to last several weeks. Reporting live from the Palm Beach County Courthouse, I'm Kara Duffy, CBS 12 News.
Thanks, Kara. We're still following that breaking news from Jupiter. Police are releasing the identities of several men arrested in a sex for sale sting,
including the owner of the New England Patriots, Robert Kraft. We're going to have another live report on the other side of this break.
Way FM, proud partner of the CBS 12 News Network, the one to turn to.
We're still following that breaking news. 25 arrests in the sex sting from the Jupiter Police Department, and one major arrest, or one major person involved is the Patriots owner, Robert Kraft.
CBS 12 investigative reporter Danielle Waugh is live at the Jupiter Police Department with this very large breaking news. Danielle.
Explosive news, and the Jupiter police chief acknowledged this is shocking to him as it is shocking to the community, shocking to the nation, in fact, that Patriots owner Robert Kraft is now caught up in this multi-county massive bust of human trafficking. They say that Robert Kraft was recorded on video going into that Orchids of Asia day spa in Jupiter last month. At this press conference that just wrapped up moments ago, police began by distributing this list of 25 names. These are 25 men that will soon be facing charges for soliciting prostitution. They say that they've been working this case for several months now, and we're told that the surveillance of this specific day spa took place in mid-January. That would mean that they allegedly caught Robert Kraft inside of this day spa right around the same time of the AFC Championship game. But they said there is no doubt about this name, Robert Kraft. They confirmed multiple times it is the Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots. From the start, police were promising that we would hear some high-profile names, and today we heard the highest profile of them all. Take a listen to what the police chief had to say.
Confirm for us that that name is the high-profile individual and professional sports franchise owner that we believe it to be. And could you please speak to that name and that situation?
Yes, sir. He is one of the individuals.
Name who he is.
That would be Mr. Robert Kraft.
Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots?
Yes, sir.
And what is he being charged with?
He's being charged with the same offenses as the others, and that is soliciting another to commit prostitution.
At this point, police say that Robert Kraft will receive a warrant for his arrest. He will be facing at least 2 counts in relation to this investigation. We're also told that Mr. Kraft arrived at this day spa by a driver. We're told that somebody else drove him to the day spa and then waited in the parking lot for him to finish his encounter and then drove him away. I asked the police chief if that driver could expect to face any charges in connection with this investigation. He said not at this point. So the next step here is to issue that arrest warrant. We could see that paperwork come out as soon as today. And then at some point, Robert Kraft should be making a court appearance on these prostitution charges in the coming days here in South Florida. But this is obviously extremely big news that has implications all throughout the country. Robert Kraft, owner of the New England Patriots, one of the biggest names in sports. He's a part-time resident of Palm Beach, friend of the Trump family, who was recently seen with the Trumps around New Year's here in Mar-a-Lago. So this is somebody extremely well connected in the community, somebody that people know all throughout the country and perhaps throughout the world. So this news here out of South Florida is certainly surprising to very many people at this hour. The police chief saying it's shocking to his agency as well. We're live in Jupiter. Danielle Waugh, CBS 12 News investigates.
Danielle, before we lose you real quick, you are relatively new to our team here. Before you were here, you worked for a station out of Boston. How is this news going to resonate to people in that area of the country?
This is shocking, and because I worked in that market, I've been getting responses on social media from followers in New England who are reacting with absolute shock, who are saying this can't be true, this can't be the Robert Kraft. People are retweeting, they are commenting, they are absolutely blown away that their hero, Robert Kraft, is now officially going to be charged in this prostitution human trafficking bust. So people here in New England in absolute disbelief right now, certainly going to take some time to wrap their heads around this news because he is regarded as untouchable, a hero in that area. After all, Patriots just won a Super Bowl and they've won many more under Robert Kraft. So it will be interesting to follow what this means for the Patriots organization going forward, Matt.
All right, Danielle, thank you very much. Danielle Waugh in Jupiter. He's one of just 25 Johns who are been on this list that Danielle and the other reporters received on site there in Jupiter just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, let's get right out to CBS 12. Maxine Bensel with more on this explosive news we just learned.
Well, that's right, Teri and Matt. 25 names on this list. That's 25 arrest warrants to be issued for men visiting the Orchids of Asia Day Spa in Jupiter, a spa that they've been investigating, police here, along with the Martin County Sheriff's Office, for months. It started last year, and they set up a huge surveillance operation and found multiple men, these 25 right here, visiting the spa there for more than a massage. This connected to the Martin County spas and the human trafficking ring that we told you about earlier this week. Obviously, most notably, the name on this list. We were promised a prominent name from the police chief here. Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots, according to police, had visited the Orchids of Asia Day Spa not once but twice for sex acts. He was driven there, according to police. They can't say exactly how much time he spent in the spa or how much money he spent, but said that the average price was about $60 for a half hour, $80 for an hour inside of these spas, where they say these women were being human trafficked. They were forced to live in these spas and basically never left, working 7 days a week with multiple clients a day often. Very awful lives for these women that Jupiter Police tell us they're doing their best to help out these victims tonight. They're working with advocacy groups to get these women the help they need because there's no telling right now how long they have been living in these spas and going through this situation. Now, they do say for all 25 of these men, including Kraft, there is video evidence. They set up an undercover operation inside, so there is hard proof that Robert Kraft was receiving sex acts inside of this spa on more than one occasion, as well as the rest of these 24 other men on the list. He is being charged with soliciting prostitution, currently a warrant out for his arrest that they're working on right now, we're told, at the state attorney's office. Now, he does live here part-time, as Danielle mentioned, but we're told he's in Massachusetts right now, most likely. And of course, this absolutely shocking news tonight. Even the Jupiter police chief and the other police officers here saying they were surprised to find this out. And as Danielle said, this is just shocking around the world. I can tell you here right now at the police department, aside from our local stations, we have media here from all over, including the Boston area, who got down here for this news. So especially shocking there. Danielle mentioning this was going on between November and the February time frame, a time when the Patriots would have been in the AFC Championships, when he would have been visiting these spas. We're hoping to learn a lot more information about his charges as soon as the warrant comes out later on today. And of course, we will bring you all of that information coming up later on. Reporting live for now in Jupiter, Maxine Pencil, CBS 12 News.
All right, Maxine, thanks. Right now, there's a full list of names on CBS12.com. We'll check back with Danielle Waugh in minutes.
All right, let's send it over to meteorologist Lauren Oleski with a check of your forecast.
Thanks, Teri. Yeah, a nice day out there for us. A really nice start to our weekend. Here is a look at storm track radar right now. Still tracking a couple of showers that are moving up and down the coastline right now. You can see Belglade, a little bit of rain inland. We still have a little bit of a light breeze, so a lot of these showers are going to move through very quickly. A little shower as well near Lake Harbor. Rain just west, of Wellington. We had some showers move through the West Palm Beach area. Those have kind of rained themselves out, but there is a little bit of rain right now out near West Boynton. There's Military Trail, Gateway Boulevard, headed northwest towards the Turnpike right now. And then there are also some showers a bit further south across portions of Delray Beach. And then off the coastline, you'll see all of that's moving off towards the northwest. So these showers that move on shore throughout the day, they'll move through very quickly. Don't worry, your day's not a washout by any means. Quite warm outside, 84 in Vero and in Stewart right now. It's 81 in West Palm Beach. Focus at 82, 84 degrees for you in Wellington. So I'm tracking our next weather maker. You can see lots of rain across the Tennessee Valley right now. Big flooding concern for those folks. But this front that's developing way out west is likely going to be moving east across the entire country. The cold front boundary does look like it will move to our south, bringing us some cooler temperatures, but it stalls right across the Keys and then starts to make its way back up to the north by the beginning of next week. So it does bring rain chances back to the forecast. Today, tomorrow, scattered showers moving across the area, nothing we certainly can't handle. But you'll see heading into your Saturday afternoon, 1 or 2 small specks of rain during your late afternoon hours. And then notice how the wind direction kind of starts to change. Everything starts to slowly drift south, especially from North Florida. That's that front beginning to move in. We will see a slightly higher rain chance late Sunday. And then into the beginning of next week, a few more showers are likely. And as that front continues to make its way back to the north, by Wednesday and Thursday, rain chances go up even more for us. So your 7-day forecast, where your weekend is always in view, and your weekend is here right now. We are in the mid-80s now through Sunday. Your weekend looks great, but you will likely have to dodge a couple of showers each day. A little bit more rainfall likely late Sunday, and then by the middle of next week. Matt, Teri.
Thanks, Lauren. We want to go back out to Jupiter, where an announcement of 25 men will be arrested because of their involvement in the spa sex sting, and the most prominent one being Patriots owner Robert Kraft.
Yeah, let's get right out to CBS 12's investigative reporter Danielle Waugh.
This was such shocking news coming from the Jupiter police chief this afternoon that reporters asked him multiple times, the Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots. This is the same Robert Kraft that is famous, a friend of the Trump family, a resident of Palm Beach, the owner of an NFL team. And repeatedly, the police chief said, yes, it is the Robert Kraft that we will be arresting in connection with this bust at the Orchids of Asia Day Spa in Jupiter. It is an investigation that they have been following for several months now, and in my hand I have a copy of this complaint from one of the madams arrested in connection with this case. This complaint is long. It lists several encounters that police captured on camera inside of that spa, and we're told that Robert Kraft is one of the men listed in this report that they caught on camera in mid-January of this year, who was allegedly engaging with a prostitute inside that spa under the guise of receiving a massage. Right now I can tell you this case is in the hands of prosecutors. They will be issuing a warrant for Robert Kraft's arrest, along with the other 24 men that police have identified today. Here's another listen to what the Jupiter police chief had to say this afternoon.
I can't speak to the exact dollar number that individual paid. However, there is a specific number for a time frame when you were there that you pay. It appears when you go to the spa for a half hour, the fee would be $59. For an hour, that would be $79.
Now, police were not prepared to disclose at this point which man in this long report Robert Kraft is. Right now, these names are redacted. They're simply listed as male number 1, male number 2. So police would not tell us which male he is in this long report. But what I can tell you after pouring through these documents this week is that these encounters follow a similar pattern, that the alleged John comes into the massage parlor. He is then seen on camera giving the woman behind the counter cash. And then at that point, that man is seen on camera going into a room, taking off all of his clothes, and then a different woman often comes into the room at that point. That's when they're seen on camera having a massage, and then that massage then develops into sexual favors. This report and all these different men in the report all have different experiences. Some paid different amounts of cash, but then on camera, you'll see that man and that woman exchange money. That's apparently a tip of some kind, and then the man leaves the business. So Robert Kraft, we're told, will be facing 2 counts in regards to this prostitution charge. A warrant will be issued for his arrest. He should be making a court appearance here in South Florida in the coming days. Live in Jupiter, Danielle Waugh, CBS 12 News investigates.
All right, thank you so much, Danielle. More than 100 charged in connection to the sex for sale operation. We're going to have more on this throughout the day. We'll be right back.
I'm Boris Epstein. Her cross-point views sharply defined.
I'm Amisha Cross. His opinions give you the bottom line.
Bottom Line with Boris Epstein and Crosspoint with Amisha Cross on CBS 12 News.
Word now is that Robert Kraft is denying all involvement in this. That's coming from his people right now.
You can always head to our website, CBS12.com, for all the information.